Hi guys, it's me Anne from Geeks of Green, and I had promised you some time back that I will do a tour of my plant shelf, and you guys are very interested. You commented saying that you would like to see it, so finally I got to doing this video for you. I really hope that you will enjoy it. Recently, I used Cash Karo to buy some gardening related products from Amazon. This is the Flotronics full spectrum grow light, which my plants just love. It is really compact and perfect for small spaces. I got these plant stands which help me give height to some smaller plants under the grow light that I have. These here are railing pot holders, and this one's the green loop folio spray concentrate, which make the plants lush and green. I will talk about Cash Karo in just a while, so watch the video till the very end. And there is a surprise for you too. Before I get started, I'll talk to you a little bit about this plant shelf. Jake and I set this plant shelf up quite some time back, and if you want, I will put the link of that video in the description. You can go and check it out if you haven't seen that video. Now, this plant shelf has been a great blessing for me because it's done quite a lot for my balcony. The first thing is it's swallowed up a whole lot of plants, especially the smaller pots that were here and there. And in a big balcony with many plants, it was very inconvenient keeping these small pots. But what happened was the plant shelf took up quite a few pots. This plant shelf has around 55 pots right now, so that's quite a lot of pots. Other than taking up a lot of plants, as you guys know that I have a northeast facing balcony and I get very limited sunlight. The sunlight mainly falls on the plants on that side from the eastern exposure. But the plants that are here don't get much light. So I had to fix up these tube lights, LED tube lights on every shelf, and there were many comments asking me if this would work, or there were many doubts that it won't work, plants won't grow in that kind of light. But many aroiders and experts who have grown plants under tube lights assured me that yes, it will grow, and this was an experiment for me to find out by myself. And I can tell you it has been a success. These 55 plants, of course, there have been plants that have been coming in and going out, and if they're not doing well under this kind of exposure, I do change their place. But more or less, the plants that prefer shade and not direct sunlight do quite well in this kind of exposure. So do not put plants that will want to flower. You've kept them for their flowering, or if you've kept for their fruits or vegetables, don't put such plants, but plants that like the shade loving plants that you call them nowadays. These plants will definitely do well under this kind of light exposure. They grow and they're happy. Now, since I'm talking about this entire shelf, I will also talk about the plants that are kept at the foot of the shelf, a few of them. So we'll start right here, okay? Now, this one is my recent purchase, which is the Japanese cheesewood plant that I got from Patil Nursery. It has been getting light exposure from this grow light right on top. And this is a nice plant. It's been doing well. It's been growing steadily, so I've kept it in this pot. Next to it here is a Cordix, that is the Stephania rotundiflora. It has been growing really well. I'm really excited to show you guys. There's a vine going all the way. It's grabbing everything that it gets in its path. So it's gone all the way here on top. You can see how the leaves on this side are so huge and big. That is because of the grow light that is so close to it. And it's going all the way up. You can see it's gone right to the top shelf, and it's catching hold of that bonsai, the Sansevieria patula bonsai over there. And there are vines going in every shelf I can see actually. So it's growing everywhere and it's growing really well. This one next to it is the Shetavari asparagus plant, which is growing really well. It's actually grabbed hold of the maidenhair fern, which is right behind it. And this maidenhair fern I got from my visit to Delhi. It's been growing really lush, and through winter, now even in the summer, it's been growing well. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm hoping and praying that it continues to grow this way and continues to be lush. It's one of my favorite plants. And the shetavari is also doing pretty well. It's growing all over the place. So I'm happy with this corner. So now I'll talk about the plants that are in this bottom shelf. The first plant here is the Peperomia obtusifolia, which is a very, very old plant. I have it since many, many years. I've completely forgotten when I got it, but it's been growing steadily. And initially, in between, it didn't do well, but now it's growing. It's one of the hardy peperomias, which you don't need to worry too much about. The next one is a cane begonia, which is the Lois Burke, I believe. I have 4 pots of it. I have one over here as well. So this is the Lois Burke. This one is the Ledoboria. Right here, it's been growing pretty well. It's called a silver squill. It's a good plant. It's been growing quite steadily for quite a long time. I have not had much issues with it. It's got soft leaves which hold a little bit of water, so you don't need to water it as much. So what I'll do is I'll try to get out some plants to show you guys clearly. Like this one especially, I want to talk a little bit about because it is the Philodendron giganteum, the variegated one. You can see that the newest leaf has beautiful variegations on it. This plant completely died. It went down to one leaf or something. It was just barely hanging on for life, and I changed the soil, changed the pot, and put it under the shelf. It's been growing steadily ever since. So obviously this plant can grow really big and it can become really very beautiful. So I won't keep it forever in the shelf. Soon I will try to find a better place for it where it will thrive and throw out its leaves, and the leaves become really big and beautiful. So this is the Philodendron giganteum, which has come back from death. I had got it very long back from an Instagram seller called Plant Nail, and I got it for a good price. But it went down to dying and came back, and I'm really happy about it. Okay, so this next one is the Burl Max, but these have really long leaves, so I think it's the Kerala hybrid. It's been growing in a clay pot. It's a very hardy philodendron, I would say. Right here at the back is the Calathea macroyana. Now I have 2 pots of this. You can see one pot's right here in front over here, and there's one pot at the back which I've kept in the shelf. This is one of the hardiest calatheas I know. In my experience, they have never crisped or shown signs of trouble. This is a good calathea to keep. So this is my Calathea macroyana. Okay, right here in the corner, you can see is my variegated English ivy, which is sitting in a very tiny pot. You can see the pot is pretty tiny right here, and the plant is growing well. There's new growth, so I'm really happy about this plant. It's a very fussy and difficult to keep plant, but it's been growing really well. I'm really happy about it. Okay, at the back here, I have a small Maoi baby. This is a Philodendron Maoi. This is a smaller one. I have a bigger one right behind there. The bigger one is growing slow. In my opinion, it's been a slow grower. Maybe this kind of light doesn't suit it, but yeah, I got it as a very tiny sapling which I propagated, and now I have this baby growing. This one here is the ZZ. I had bought it from a shop when it was really tiny. This is supposed to be a dwarf ZZ, but it's kind of growing bigger leaves now. So I'm not sure. It's a very, very old plant, and I remember keeping it in many spots and where it almost died, but right now it's come back, and it's growing very lush and happy under this kind of light. So yeah. This next one is one of the propagations I made. It is a hederaceum. It's a Philodendron hederaceum. It's just one cutting that I propagated, and it's been growing happily. Here we have the Peperomia caperata. This I believe is the red ruby or something like that. I'll put it on screen for you. It's been growing steadily. Now I was very worried about how it would grow in the summer, but as of now it's not shown any kind of distress. It's been growing happily. You can see that it's quite a pretty plant. We have all heard the saying, every rupee saved is a rupee earned, which is why we look for discounts when we shop online. But what if you could earn money with every purchase, over and above the discounts that you already have? Cash Karo. Cash Karo is India's biggest cashback app, which offers up to 30% cashback over and above all coupon codes or sale discounts on more than 1,500 websites including Amazon, Ajio, Myntra, etc. It has been funded by Mr. Ratan Tata, and the best thing is it is an all-in-one app and deals in real money which you can cash into your bank account or convert into Amazon vouchers. I mean, it's simple. You anyway shop online, might as well make some money while you are at it. All you have to do is click on the link in the description and download Cash Karo, or you can also download it directly from the Play Store or the App Store and use the code GEEK25 to get 25 rupees as a bonus in your wallet. Once you've downloaded the app, you just select your favorite website and tap on the orange button. Cash Karo will take you to the selected website. Now you just shop normally as you do and buy the products you want. When you check the My Earnings section on the Cash Karo page, you will see the cashback there within 72 hours. Isn't it simple? You can now transfer the full amount to your bank account or convert it into Amazon gift vouchers. I have been using Cash Karo to buy gardening related products from Amazon.
And not just gardening products, but groceries, medicines, clothing, beauty products and fashion products and so many more.
And I have earned quite a bit of cashback money. It can't get easier than this. And since we are speaking of bonuses, there's another one for you. Just watch the video till the end to know more. Here I have the Louisburg cuttings that I propagated, and they are sitting in hydroponics. You can see that it's sitting in leca, and they're growing steadily in leca. You can see how it's spread out all around and looks pretty healthy. Here I have another Peperomia caperata. I think this is the green emerald. It was stressed out, but it's coming back. So I would say, yeah, it's kind of still alive and hanging in there. Here I have a Ceylon Gold, Philodendron Ceylon Gold. And over here, these are cuttings that I propagated from my main plant. This is Syndapsis pictus exotica, I believe, which I have propagated.
This one at the back is a fern that I have, which I haven't been able to identify. It could be a terrace fern, I'm not sure. So if you guys have seen it before or know which one it is, please do share in the comments down below.
Now we've reached the third shelf. So I'll talk about this plant that's hanging right here. It is the Tradescantia pallida, which is also called the purple heart. It is a plant that multiplies very easily, and it looks really pretty because of its purple leaves. This plant has been growing happily because it's getting light from this grow light that is right here. So I'll just move it aside because I want to show you the plants that are in the shelf. This shelf has a hygrometer. You can see that the humidity is at 99% right now because 1 hour ago I watered all my plants. So the balcony is kind of damp and moist. And today, anyway, the humidity is a little better than before because past few days the humidity has been dropping. It's been very inconsistent. But right now, it's humid and the plants are kind of happy. The temperatures also have dropped a little. The balcony has cooled down because of the watering. So that is one thing that I do in the summers. I water my plants regularly so that the balcony cools down. I leave the floor wet so that there is water cooling down the balcony completely and bringing down the temperatures a bit. Okay, so here at the back you can see is the Philodendron Fat Boy, and piggybacking in it is the Pilea microphylla. It's a weed that I got. I have spoken about it in the past. I'm sure some of you will remember. It's been jumping into pots here and there, so you will see it all across, all over. And apparently it's left its own pot. It died in the main pot that it was in. It's just been going, it prefers growing in other plant pots. So that's how this plant is. So I have some growing in this pot of sphagnum moss. I just need to remember to empty it because there's no drainage hole. Otherwise it's sitting in a lot of water. This one behind is a cane begonia that has been growing well in this light after I brought it here. It's got beautiful red undersides and you can see the spots. The silver spots are quite nice on it. I don't know the idea of this one. If any of you know, please do share. This one too is another cane begonia propagation that has been growing steadily. I think I need to give it some support. It's kind of falling forward. But this main plant is sitting in my bedroom window. So this is just a propagation of that plant. This here is the Peperomia albo vittata piccolo banda, which I got recently from Patil Nursery, and it's doing well. I just hope it survives through the summer and just doesn't die on me. It's not really been complaining in this spot, so I'm happy. And it's going to begin to flower. You can see these little things. They are the flowers of this plant. So here we have my Philodendron Pluto, again a buy from Patil Nursery. You can see the new leaf, such a gorgeous color, so pretty. It's a plant that I had long back, didn't survive, but this is my second try, and it seems to be growing well here. Right next to it is my lipstick aglaonema, which was indoors. I brought it out because it started showing signs of not being happy. Once I've kept it here, it's picked up and it's again back to normalcy. So I think I'm going to keep it here for some time. Next to it is another philodendron hederaceum. These are cuttings that I propagated, and it's the lemon lime, I think this one, yes. So this is a propagation. Here I have an alocasia amazonica. I'll get it out, okay, right here. It's come out from its dormancy. This is not a new plant. It's a very old plant. Keeps going down to its last leaf and then comes back again. Goes into dormancy, comes back. So right now it's out of dormancy. It's growing quite a few leaves. And let's see, I'll keep it here and see how long it grows. Obviously it needs more light and probably better conditions to really thrive. I've seen beautiful alocasias growing outdoors. So probably more light is what this one needs. But it's been growing okay here for now. Right here I have my philodendron jungle boogie, which was in a hanging pot over there on the other side of my balcony. But I kind of changed places. I exchanged it with a Rojo Congo that I have, and this one is right here now because it's a smaller plant. It sits better on these shelves, so I got it here. Here in the back, these are hostas, and I will try to get the ID. I haven't got time. This is a new addition to my balcony. I got it from the Majiwada nursery very recently, and I haven't even got to Google Lens it and identify it properly. So I think it looks like a hosta definitely. The variegation is really pretty and makes the plant look so beautiful. We've reached the fourth shelf now, and the first one is the rabbit's foot fern, which is in the corner here. It's got these pretty feet, furry paws coming out of its pot, which I really adore. I love this fern. I like the way the leaves are also, they're very dainty and pretty. Next to it is a Scindapsus pictus cutting, which is sitting in sphagnum moss. Again, there's no drainage hole in this one, so I have to be careful that I don't let it sit in too much water. At the back here is one of my older plants, the Peperomia pixie. It's a little stressed because summer is here and I think maybe it didn't get water. It was a little dry, but now it's coming back to health. You can see there's a lot of new growth, so I think this plant will survive. It's doing okay. Next to it here is my Argyria, Scindapsus pictus argyrius. You can see the difference between the exotica and the argyrius. They're pretty different. I think this is argyrius, yes. Okay, the next one here behind is the Peperomia scandens, another plant that I really like because of its zigzag stems and really fat, thick leaves, which is full of water, so it can tolerate a little bit of drought. This is the scandens variegated, slightly stretched out at this moment, but still it's been growing steady for a very, very long time. These both are cuttings from my main plants, which are in the bedroom dry area. Over here is my Monstera stanleyana, which has this beautiful variegation. It had one bigger leaf which it lost out of transition stress. So it's grown one new leaf and there's something new growing again. So I'm happy with the way this plant is doing. It has finally adjusted and it's growing well here. It will be here for some time till it grows bigger, and then probably I'll see if I can get it any better space.
Good.
So right here I have my philodendron painted lady, which is not doing as well. It was a better plant. It's gone down in health because I've probably still not found a perfect spot for it. I'll keep it here for some more time and then wait and watch. If it doesn't do well, I will change the spot. Over here, I have my Sansevieria Whitney or the Dracaena Whitney sitting right here in this planter that is being sold on our website. You can check that out as well. Over here at the back, I just get this plant out because it is. Oopsie, almost broke the new leaf. Okay, so you can see there's another pilea, the weed, growing right in this pot, but okay, let it be. So you can see that this is my Anthurium radicans luxurians. So it's a hybrid, and you can see that the new leaf is growing and it's so pretty. It was a plant that almost died, but it's come back from dead, and I'm really happy. There's a little bit of crisping at the edges, but yeah, the leaf went on for quite a long time and it's giving a new leaf. But I think this leaf is getting spent. So I hope this plant grows faster and better. There's a new shoot right. You can see there's a new shoot right here as well. So this plant is growing. It's on its way up. Now here in this pot, I have more Scindapsus pictus exotica, and this pot is just from the cuttings of the mother plant. So it's a plant that I propagated completely. It's filling and it's growing pretty well. Okay, now let's go to the top shelf. Okay, so now we are on the fifth shelf, the top shelf, and here I have a plant propagation. Actually, it's in some water. It's the Epipremnumorium marble queen. So I'm just propagating it in water. Okay, so it's right here. Okay, you can see that this is the Stephania leaves shoot that is coming in right here. This is the Philodendron linnae. Okay, I'll get you pictures. It's been growing steadily. I won't remove them because the vines are all intertwining there. Here I have another Sansevieria.
This one's most likely a honey eye variety.
So the next one here is a propagation of the aloe that is sitting right on the top shelf. It's a prop. Since it's very difficult to show you guys, take the camera up there. It's very difficult. I'll remove a few plants and I'll show them to you. So here is my Syngonium albo, which I showed in the last video also. It's been sitting in the spot. It's been doing well. Okay, there are a few new leaves from the last time, I think. Yeah. So this is my Syngonium albo sitting here, doing okay. At the back there, I have a teaspoon Sansevieria. Oh my goodness. It's kind of all, the Stephania is everywhere. I don't want to break any shoots. Okay, this is the teaspoon Sansevieria right here. I received it as a gift and it's been growing pretty well. You can see it's very pretty. This here is another Burl Max that has been growing in this clay pot here. I have a very huge Burl Max in my bedroom window. So these are not my main plants, but these are smaller cuttings. This one's the Gasteria, which Sudipto had sent to me, and it's been growing nicely, happily in this pot. So I'm quite happy with it. It's small plant, not fussing too much. This is a propagation from my Euphorbia tithymeloides curly pink, or the Pedalanthus curly pink. It's been growing quite well. It's a plant that does well in my balcony, so I have no issues with this one. It's a pretty plant, very cute looking, and blushes in bright sun, so it looks even better then. So that's it, my Euphorbia. Here in the corner, I have Philodendron micans growing, Philodendron heteroaceum micans. It's been growing well. This is my first micans to grow so much. The vine has gone all the way down. You can see it's gone down to the very bottom. So it's been growing quite okay. It's gone to the bottommost shelf. So you can see that. That's all from there. Okay. You can see how it's growing happily. And the leaves are also quite velvety and lush. I like the undersides of this plant. The color is really nice and it's got a silver shine which makes it really beautiful. It's very difficult for me to show you the top shelf because it's difficult to remove the plants. I'll try my best to show you, so let's just look there. This one's the Chlorophytum comosum, or the spider plant that's been sitting here doing well. Just this summer it's been a little stretched out. You can see there are some tips that are crisping and browning. Maybe I forgot to water it a little. But you can see on the side it's growing pups steadily, so I need to propagate it. And again, the Stephania is kind of twirling around it. It's twirled all the way and it's gone up that way.
This next pot is an aloe Wamsley bronze.
And I got it from Sudipto. It's been growing quite nicely. Broke off a piece and I propagated it in this small pot here, and this also has been growing quite nicely. Next to it is the Patula Bonsal, the Sansevieria, the Dracaena type, or the Dracaena Patula Bonsal. A very cute thing had happened, but when I was watering it, I kind of undid it. Can you see the broken leaf of this Petilia Bonsal? What my Stefania had done was it had twined around it and the broken leaf was standing. So I undid it actually when I moved the pots and I watered them and all that. So I can't show you that, but it was really a very cute thing that had happened. I think if I leave it like that in a couple of days, it's going to again twine itself around it and make that stand. So that's a cute thing.
This one's the mother of millions.
It is a plant that propagates so easily. It's considered a weed in many places, and I have these leaves fallen on cracks outside my balcony, and it's been growing in any crack that it finds. So it's a very hardy plant. And the one next to it is a donkey's ears that I got from Pune. It's still alive, which is kind of getting me surprised as well. But it's not doing great. You can see that the leaves are not really, it's not a happy plant. It's not happy to be in my balcony, in my 99% humidity wala balcony. Anyway, the last one is one of my oldest plants when I just started gardening. It's a Dischidia russifolia. It had almost died, but it's coming back. It likes that spot there, so I'm not going to move it from there. It's been growing there the most probably since it's ever been in my balcony. So that is a very good plant, a very pretty plant with very tiny and cute leaves. So this here is my plant shelf, and I hope you liked it, guys. Thank you for watching this video till the end. You deserve this bonus. We have a surprise giveaway for those of you who will sign up on Cash Karo using the link in the description or using the code GEEK25. Just make a purchase on any of the websites listed on Cash Karo and you are eligible to enter the giveaway. One lucky winner will be selected randomly and will receive a special gift. Just make sure you do not cancel your order after adding it to cart. Guys, Cash Karo gives you an opportunity to earn free money for shopping online. I think it's an opportunity worth grabbing. Right now, you can check out the sale going on at Ajio, where you get 50 to 90% off on over 8 lakh styles. You can get a flat 4% Cash Karo cashback on all Ajio orders. Don't forget to use my code GEEK25 when you sign up to earn an additional 25 rupees. Let's make a resolution to earn and save money while spending wisely this year. I really hope that you enjoyed this balcony shelf tour, and do post in the comments what you thought of it. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell icon for notifications of future videos. You can also follow us on Instagram for closer interactions. Also, go and check out the Geeks of Green store if you're interested in buying planty merchandise. And I hope to see you soon in another video. Till then, stay green.